As you can see here, in term 4, we are going to learn about astronomy. Okay. Um, we are going to learn about the solar system. Um, now, so week 1 and 2. So I know that we are going back to school. We're going back to school next week, but we thought that, hey, let's just keep it like this. Um, so that if you need any help, then next week you can come in and we can go through some of this with you guys and you get more time working on it. So I thought that it'd be good if we just keep the fortnight learning task, uh, keep it going for a little bit. Okay? So as you can see here, our focus is on the relationships of the Earth, the Moon, and the Sun. And we are also gonna be learning about the phases of the moon as well. Um, like last week, Thursday, we had a full moon, right? And so we look at, okay, so why is it that, on certain days of the year we have full moon, and then on the other days of the year you have like you have no moon at all, or you have like a crescent moon, right? So that's what we're gonna be learning about in week 1 and 2. Okay, and I just love this quote here. Astronomy compels the soul to look upwards and leads us from this world to another, right? So, like I said, much, there's so many things that we can still learn about our universe. All right, Kobe, you got really nice book there about the Earth. Awesome. Now what you can see here is this is a little bit different to this is a bit different to what we had last time around. Oh, so we thought make you kind of make it like a game a little bit here, and it provides you with some choices. Okay. So I would like everyone to have a look at this one here, okay? Um, have a look at the learning task. So what you need to do is it's called pick a task, okay? So as the name implies, you can pick your own task. Do not do all of these, okay? I mean, you can if you want to. Um, and geez, I think you would get something special if you do everything in here. But what I would expect you to do is you need to pick a certain number of tasks in order to earn yourself a minimum of 10 points. So how does that work? So you can see here you've got 4 different levels. Okay, level 1, level 2, level 3, and level 4. And each level you see there's marks corresponding to that level. So as you can see, level 1 is going to be the easiest. Okay, then you move up to level 2, it's going to be harder. Level 3 is harder, and level 4 is going to be the hardest. Okay, so um, so how can you get 10 points? So what you can decide to do is say, oh, I am going to do the definition. So level 1. Okay, so that's 1 mark. Um, and then if you do the check your learning, you know, questions on page 8, you get 2 marks. So that's 3 marks in total. And then you can look at calculate your age on different planets. That's 3 marks, right? So that's 6 in total. So 1 plus 2 is 3, plus 3 is 6. And then if you do 1 level 4, research and create the timeline of the formation of the solar system, right? So we're looking at that one. And that's 4 marks, um, right? So, and that's 10 in total. What you can also do is you say, okay, I'm not I don't feel very confident about this, so I'm just gonna do the level ones and level two, okay? And what you can see here is that if you do level ones, let's say we got 5 different things here. So if you just do these one here, you get 5 marks in total because each of them is 1 mark. And so you still need to do like a few more. So you probably want to do another level 2 task and another level 3 task to get you that 5 marks. Or you can do like 3 level 2 so that you can you get 6 marks. Let's give you 11 marks in total. Okay. Now you do have 2 weeks to do this, and like I said, next week we're going back to school. So don't worry if you can't finish the whole 10 points this week. Okay. Now I believe we had a question just now. Excuse me. Um, so so Illinois, do we choose one task from any column? Um, yes, you can choose tasks from any column, but you don't just have to do one task. Okay, you can choose multiple tasks from one column. You can choose, and like I said, you can choose to do just all the level ones and then a few level twos, and you don't even have to do the level three and the level four. Okay, so it's up to you depending on how confident you feel about this. Yes, you do multiple tasks until you get to 10 points. Okay. Now there is uh, a challenge here, challenge 9.2. So it says here, why fun requires you to think about the best way to represent the phases of the moon. You will need to upload a diagram labeling all phases. You need to purchase packets of Oreos from your supermarket. So, you get to eat it, right? You get to eat it. But, that means that your parents or maybe you yourself need to go to the supermarket. So just be careful, right? Because, with the whole lockdown thing. So yeah. So like I said, you get to choose what task you do and what level. Okay? And if you need any more information, each of these tasks, you can see here it says on page, right? So say for example, the blue word definitions, page 3. So that means that if you scroll down on this document here, scroll down to page 3, it gives you a bit more information about the task. Okay, so as you scroll down, you get more, um, you get more informations. All right, so just let me know if um, let me know if you need any help with the task or if you don't understand what to do with it. Okay, so yeah, so that's a learning task. Now let's move on to the topic. So we are doing astronomy. Now there is a something that I need you to do right now. Okay, probably just gonna take you about five to 10 minutes, no more than that. And if you look at our compass, okay, I'm just waiting for it to load right now. Illinois. I mean, Illinois, you don't have to do that challenge 9.2, okay? You get to choose other tasks to do as well. Unless if you really, really want to do it, then maybe we can arrange something next week. Okay, so what I would like you guys to do, okay, there is this link here on Compass. I would put it into chat. What I would like you to do is I would like you to just quickly fill it in for me, okay, just so that I know what you know about space. So when you click on that link, it will bring you to this one here, okay, to this form. Now, what I want you to do, right? So email address, use the school email address so that we know who you are. Okay, it's easier for us. And your email address, your school email address is your Compass username. Okay, so your Compass username, whatever it is. So like um, I I guess Kobe would be WIL and like four numbers, right? If I'm correct, at cdsc.vic.edu.au. All right. So whatever Compass username you have there, and just at cdsc.vic.edu.au, and then just answer a few questions for me. All right. So there's one, two, three, four, five, 6 questions, and a lot of them are multiple choice. 3 of them are multiple choice. Okay. So have a go. I'll give you about 5 minutes. If you don't remember what an eclipse is, you can just say, well, I don't know. Okay, I don't remember. Okay, so let's move on to the lesson. Okay. All right, so here we've got astronomy. And you can see there we're going to be learning about space. Um, okay, so things that you have to do here. So lesson 1, okay, learning goal, and then we just done the Google form there, so you have to do it. And then you also need to um, write the notes and some quick write as well. Okay, and if you forgot about what quick write is, basically you just write a short sentence, in about 5 minutes, no more than that, about what you have learned um, you know, from like a video or the notes or something. Okay, and then just do the learning task. Okay, and also go review as well. So our goal here is actually there's only there should only be one goal really, but you can either choose, we can define the different relationships between the Earth, Moon, and the Sun, and how they interact with each other. So on Compass, I put, we can describe how the Earth, Moon, and the Sun interact with each other. Okay, they basically mean the same thing there, the two goals. So you can design your own front cover there, and we did the Google form. Now, um, guys, with the notes, you will see that at first there is a lot. Okay, there's a lot of things on the PowerPoint. Do I need you to write every single thing on from the PowerPoint? No, I don't. Okay. What I would like you to do, and you would see this with the other subjects, is that we want to teach you how to take notes. We want to teach you how to summarize notes. Okay. And so that's the aim for this term. So by the end of this term, we would hope to teach you how to summarize, make it shorter, pick out the key information. Okay, so let's read through this, and I will demonstrate to you like what I would consider the key information, and then hopefully over time you can do that yourself. Okay, so it says that our moon orbits the Earth every 27 days, and the Earth orbits the Sun every 365.25 days. Um, okay, now, and one day on Earth is 24 hours, you know that, and this is the time it takes to complete one full rotation. Now, there is, so I want to stress here that there is a difference between orbit and rotation, okay? So, rotation is, probably I showed this to you, rotation is when you rotate around, um, at one point, right? And then orbit is that you move around something else. Oh, excuse me. Okay, so I just show you guys this. So, so rotate, you know, just like I'm just turning around like that. Okay, so that's rotation. But orbit would be like me running around something. Okay, so like me, like say you running around a track, that would be an orbit. Okay. Um. All right. So what would be the key information here? So you can say you know, the moon orbits the Earth every 27 days. I would say um, that's quite important to know. The Earth orbits the Sun every 365.25 days. And guys, this is why every 4 years we have an extra day. Okay? Um, and the reason for that is because point 0.25 of a day is about 6 hours, right? So every 4 years we would have an extra 24 hours, which is one day. And that's where we get that extra day. That's where we get the leap year. Okay. Now, you may decide to say, oh, I already know what a day on Earth is, 24 hours. You don't have to write it if you already know that. Okay. But what I would what I would get you to write is one day. One day is the time it takes for the Earth to make one full rotation. Okay, so you don't have to write about the 24 hours thing. That's, you know that. You don't have to write it. But it's a time for the Earth to rotate, to turn around in 24. Okay. If you're born on the 29th of February, does that mean that you have your birthday every 4 years? I mean, yeah, you can think about it that way. I have an uncle who actually was born on the 29th of Feb, but basically what he does is he celebrates either on the 28th or the 1st of March. Um, all right. Oh, excuse me. The word orbit comes from the Latin orbiter, meaning to course or track. In our case, to orbit means to revolve around another object, usually on a circular or elliptical course. So I would say this bit here is just good to know, right? You know, good to know, but you don't really have to write it. Okay? Now in the bubble here it says, did you know the reason why we have a leap year? I think we kind of talked about this. So 1 year plus 1 year plus 1 year, so you add them all up, that gives you 3 years and point 75 days. And then on the fourth year, if we add that, you would get you would get an extra 0.25 days, and you make 366 days. Okay. So again, maybe, maybe you thought, oh, this is just good to know. Okay. It's not really crucial that you know it, that you have to write it down. Okay. So this one here, just good to know. You don't have to write it down. Okay. So having a look at this image here, right? This is talking about eclipse. So if we have a look at this image, if you're on Earth, what would you see? You can type your answer in chat. If you're on Earth and you looking up the sky, what would you see when this happens? Would you see the clouds during the eclipse occur? Oh, okay. So you say it's going to be dark. Um, why is the Earth bigger? Illinois, that is a very good observation there. You are right. No, the Earth should not. This is a diagram. It's not to scale, right? Um, the sun is much, much bigger than the Earth. Maybe one day I'll find a video to show you this the scale comparison between the Earth and the sun. Yeah, much bigger, like thousands of times, actually even millions of times bigger. Okay. So what you see here, okay, an eclipse is when this is a solar eclipse, right? So you can see that basically the moon is blocking the view of the sun from the earth, okay? So it's between the moon is between the earth and the sun there, and it's gonna block the sun out, okay? So people in this region, they would just see a dark sky, okay? People in this region here, they would still a darker sky, but there's still some light. And then people on the edge, sorry, not the edge, but like further away from where the eclipse is, they still see the sun. Okay. So Kobe just found out there that the Earth is 6,371 kilometers and the sun is 695,800 and uh, and 842 kilometers there. Okay, so it's 100 times bigger in radius. Okay, so there is a video. Now, do we have time to watch it? I think I'm gonna skip it, so you guys can watch it yourself. Okay, it's talk more about lunar eclipse. So it's kind of the opposite of a solar eclipse. Okay. Okay, and once you watch that video, you can sort of do this quick write. So what were the major points over the last four slides? Okay, so just quickly, write something. Okay, just about three important points, and then write them into book. Okay, so that's what we mean by the notes. Okay, so looking at the slides before, what are the three most important points? And maybe there's a bit more than that. Um, but yeah, just write out the most important points, okay? Okay, so it says here, um, a person is on a Zoom call with a relative in France. At the same time, they both claim to be witnessing an umbra solar eclipse. Why are they both correct? Can this occur? Why not? So what does it mean by an umbra solar eclipse? Let's go back to that. Let's go back to that picture. An umbra solar eclipse. So that's where you see a pitch dark sky. So two people say that they both see a pitch dark sky, and they're both correct. Why is that? Can I go back to the other one? Sure, I can. I'm talking about this one here. Kirby said they can both see it because universe is big enough to cover France and Australia. Oh, well, I think it doesn't say where. I mean, we know that one person is in France, the other person we don't know where they are from, right? Um, hmm. But I mean, I guess you're on the right track there. You're on the right track because if we think back about the image, it is quite. It's the Earth is quite big, and a so that small area on a diagram can mean like a big area in real life, isn't it? Oh, from our perspective, the sky is bigger than the sun. That's true. But that's because the sun is so far away that it's small. Yeah? So I guess that kind of answer a bit of that question as well. All right. So, that's basically the first week, and then you will have the second week there. I think I'm gonna stop here. Okay. Um, I would I would put the recording on Compass for you guys to rewatch if you need. But you can see there what we want you to do is we want to teach you how to write notes. Okay. Um, I'm just demonstrating to you that these are the things that I think are important. Um, okay. And if it was me, I would write these things down. You can, you know, like I said, eventually we would hope that you can decide for yourself what is important to you. Okay? All right. So guys, thank you so much for coming to this WebEx meeting. If you have any questions, feel free to stay and ask your question. Otherwise, I'm happy for you to guys to go and write your notes and do the learning task yourself. Okay? I will see you next week at school.